Read the clicks. How Storefront analytics reveal exactly where followers stop buying. Your bio link is talking to you every day. Most creators just aren't listening to the data. Most creators check one number after posting a link. Did sales happen or not? That's like checking if a car started without ever popping the hood. Somewhere between someone tapping your bio link and money landing in your account, there are at least 4 distinct moments where a willing buyer can quietly disappear. And each one has a completely different fix. Fix the wrong stage and nothing improves. Diagnose the right one, and a single afternoon of changes can turn a flat week into your best one this quarter. This isn't a vague call to post more or engage with your audience. It's a diagnostic. 4 checkpoints. What breaks at each, and exactly what to change. The 4 checkpoints in order. Think of your storefront as a short hallway with 4 doors. A follower has to walk through all 4 to become a customer. They land on your page, view, they tap a product, click, they start checkout, and they complete payment. Traffic problems, pricing problems, trust problems, and technical problems each live behind a different door. The mistake almost everyone makes is treating a drop-off at any door as evidence of the same thing. Usually my price is wrong, or my audience isn't buying. Neither is true nearly as often as creators assume. The data tells you which door is actually the problem, and it's rarely the one you'd guess. Checkpoint 1. They saw your page but never clicked. This is the most common pattern and the one creators misdiagnose the most. If your page views are healthy, but clicks on individual products are thin, the problem isn't your offer. It's that visitors never really absorbed what you're selling. A follower arriving from an Instagram bio tap has already used up most of their patience just getting there. If the top of your page is a generic headline over a stock-feeling cover, they bounce before your best product ever gets a fair look. The fix lies entirely in your store designer. A cover photo that actually shows your face or your work, not a generic gradient. A headline that states the transformation in plain words, and your best-selling or most timely product pinned at the very top of the block order, not buried under 3 free links and a social icon row. A 5-minute test. Open your own store on your phone, on mobile data, as if you'd never seen it. Count how many seconds pass before you'd know what to buy and why. If it's more than 3 seconds, that's your view-to-click leak, not a pricing leak. Checkpoint 2. They clicked but never started checkout. This is where creators most often reach for the wrong lever, dropping the price. Before you touch a number, look at what the product page actually says. Clicks without checkouts usually means one of 3 things. The price appeared before the value did. The description reads like a label instead of a pitch. Or there's no signal that anyone else has bought this and been happy. A $47 template pack with a 2-line description and no preview images will underperform a $47 pack with 3 example screenshots and 1 sentence about who it's for and what changes for them. Price is rarely the actual blocker. Ambiguity is. If you're genuinely unsure whether it's price or presentation, test presentation first. It's free to fix and reversible in minutes, while a price change resets buyer expectations for good. Rewrite the first line of your description to name the specific outcome, not the format. The exact caption formulas I use to hit 40k views beats a PDF of captions. Add at least 1 real preview image or screenshot. Blank icon thumbnails read as unfinished, not premium. If you have even 3 sales, mention it plainly. 200+ creators have grabbed this. Does real work. Check that your price sits near comparable products on your page. A $9 item next to a $9 item next to a $97 item with no framing looks like a pricing accident, not a tier. Checkpoint 3. Checkout started but payment never finished. This is the checkpoint with the clearest, most mechanical fixes, which is exactly why it's worth checking first if you can only check one. A started but abandoned checkout is almost always friction. and friction is fixable in a single sitting. The usual suspects. Too many custom fields standing between "I want this" and "paid." No visible Apple Pay or Google Pay button, so a mobile buyer has to dig out a physical card. Or vague delivery language that makes someone pause and wonder if they'll actually get anything instantly. Store.fan hands buyers Apple Pay and Google Pay automatically and delivers digital downloads, course access, or meeting links the moment payment clears. But that only helps conversion if buyers can tell that's what's about to happen. A checkout screen that doesn't say "instant download" or "you'll get access immediately" leaves people to assume the worst and close the tab. Count every custom field on each product's checkout. Cut anything that isn't strictly required to fulfill the order. Confirm Apple Pay and Google Pay buttons are visibly appearing on a real phone, not just assumed to be there. Add one line near the buy button confirming instant delivery, so hesitation doesn't creep in at the last second. Test your own checkout on mobile data, not Wi-Fi, since slow loads compound every other friction point. If you offer a discount code field, make sure it's optional and collapsed by default, not sitting open and unused. A checkout that abandons at 70% isn't a traffic problem wearing a disguise. It's a friction problem with a name and a fix. Turning this into a weekly habit, not a one-time audit. The creators who actually improve conversion over time don't run one big audit and stop. They check a handful of numbers every week and act on whichever checkpoint looks weakest that week. Your customer list already shows who bought and when, which tells you plenty about checkpoint 3 and 4 just from patterns in timing and repeat purchases. For a fuller picture of where visitors actually fall off before they ever reach checkout, connecting Google Analytics. Available on the Pro plan. Layers in view level and click level detail you can't get from sales data alone. You don't need to become a data analyst to use it well. You need 5 minutes a week and the 4 checkpoint framework above to know which number to look at first. This is also where the case for actually running a proper storefront, instead of a scattered pile of raw links in a bio, becomes obvious. A plain link list gives you no view data, no click data, and no way to tell a checkpoint 1 problem from a checkpoint 3 problem. You're flying blind by design. A storefront built for this gives every checkpoint a place to be measured and a specific lever to pull. If you're still deciding whether it's worth the switch, this is the real answer. It's not about looking more professional, it's about being able to see and fix exactly where money is being left on the table. What to do with what you find. Once you know which checkpoint is leaking, resist the urge to change everything at once. Fix one thing, give it a week of real traffic, and check the same numbers again before touching anything else. Otherwise, you'll never know which change actually mattered. A common sequence that works. Fix checkout friction first, since it's fastest and most mechanical, then product page copy, then top-of-page presentation, then repeat purchase follow-up last, since it depends on everything upstream already working. If you want to see what a storefront with all 4 checkpoints handled well actually looks like end-to-end, a live example store is worth studying block by block, rather than guessing from description alone. Pull your numbers for the last 2 weeks. Page views, product clicks, checkout starts, completed payments. Calculate the drop-off percentage between each pair of checkpoints. Identify the single largest percentage drop. That's this week's focus, not all 4 at once. Apply the specific fix for that checkpoint from this guide. Wait a full week of normal traffic before remeasuring the same checkpoint. Move to the next largest drop-off only once the current one has genuinely improved. The habit that compounds. Checking 4 numbers for 5 minutes a week beats a single deep dive audit once a quarter. Small, consistent fixes at the right checkpoint stack up faster than any one big redesign. None of this works without a storefront actually built to expose these checkpoints in the first place. A bare link list can't show you where a visitor stalled, only whether they eventually bought or didn't. If you're still sending followers to scattered links instead of one page you can actually measure, That gap is worth closing before you optimize anything else. Once your store is live, treat this framework as a recurring 5-minute ritual, not a one-off fix. And check the blog for more guides on the specific mechanics of turning views into paying customers. Key takeaways. Every storefront has 4 drop-off checkpoints: page view, product click, checkout start, and payment completion. And each fails for a different reason. A high view count with low clicks is a page problem, not a product problem. Don't touch pricing yet. Clicks without checkout starts almost always mean sticker shock or unclear value. Not bad traffic. Checkout starts that don't finish are usually friction, too many fields, missing payment options, or unclear delivery expectations. Google Analytics on the Pro plan plus your customer list turn guesswork into a repeatable weekly habit, not a one-time audit. Start your creator store free at store.fan.